playing the cello is all about producing that glorious sound that is so inherent to the instrument. So I thought it would only be fitting that I start my little cello advent calendar with the one exercise that really, for me, underpins how I produce sound, and that is really the first exercise that I teach to all of my students. And I think if I could only keep one exercise for the rest of my life, that would be the one I would keep. So here we go. Our arm has got, our right arm, well, both of them, it's got two main parts. The upper arm, which hinges from the shoulder joint, and the lower arm, which hinges from the elbow. Much the same, our bow, of course, has also got two main halves, the lower half and the upper half. And each of the parts of our arm is distinctly responsible for one part of the bow. So our upper arm is responsible for the lower part of the bow. That's where all our strength, all our power, or I often sort of say our torque, kind of lives. That's where the pulling power is, because that's what connects to the big back muscles. So for the lighter part of the bow, the upper half of the bow, we use the lower part of our arm, of course. But in practice, what I tend to see an awful lot is that students tend to mainly pull the bow from their hand, which causes all sorts of issues. It often leads the bow to wander off track a little bit, and it creates a sound that's very surfacey, very thin. So today I want to show you how to fix that. So we are doing what I call 4-part bowing practice. So we distinctly work on each segment. So we start with the upper part of the arm. I want you to focus on the very top of your upper arm, because that's where you're going to start pulling, not from the hand. The hand is being pulled. See how far that takes you. So everything else, elbow is still, hand is still, only upper arm is moving. See, for me, that takes me to, well, about almost 65-70% of the bow, and that's roughly the average. Now, that part is done, thank you very much. The lower arm opens all the way to the tip. Close it again, don't move your shoulder now. Close your elbow. Back to the point where we changed over. And now the upper arm gradually pushes the bow back to the heel. What we don't want to see is that. So one more time. Upper arm only. Stop. Change over to the lower arm very consciously. Open your elbow. Close your elbow. And now close the upper arm as gradually as you opened it. So that exercise is something which I still practice pretty much every single day, and I really recommend that you try to do the same for a few days and see what that does to your sound. Once you're confident with it, you can do it without the stops as well. Time to change. And you can see what you get is a beautifully even sound. And that is really what I teach to my students from the very, very first lesson. So have fun with that.